G'day guys, Aussie FIFA HD and welcome back to episode number 66, I believe. I may have just got that wrong, and that's embarrassing for the start of this video, but welcome back to yet another episode. It doesn't matter what episode number it is another episode. No, we're episode number 64, not number 66. Don't know what I'm on at the moment, but in today's episode we have the gameplay from the first 10 games. Now you would have seen from the title and the thumbnail, lads, we were going absolutely ham. I don't know how many rage quits I got out of this first 10 games. I think I might go around 7 or 8 out of the first 10. That's unspeakable. I never get that many rage quits in the first 10. I couldn't believe it. Everyone was quitting. Everyone. I couldn't believe it. But you're going to see a lot of gameplay today. A lot of rage quit gameplay because I saw a lot of goals in this game. Well, not in this game. In most of the games that you're going to see. But there's a lot of comments. And you guys, oh wow. You posted so many comments last episode, and I have so many to get through. But without further ado, I will get these up, and yeah, we'll be able to answer them now. So Stefan Gash, welcome back, my friend. He says, "Man, you're gonna hate this card. Lol. I was inspired to buy him rather than do the SBC. I sold him 1 week later. Even Edison is better now." I don't know if I have to agree with you. I don't know if I have to disagree with you here, because I used him for the 1 weekend league, and he's talking about the Prime Icon Van der Sar. That's who we're talking about here, because it is SBC in the last episode, and you guys have seen that. But you're saying he's bad. I don't know if I can agree with that. Then again, I don't know if I can disagree with that, because I know he made quite a few mistakes this weekend. A few mistakes where I know some other keepers wouldn't have made those mistakes, but then he made some saves that I know that some other keepers would not have made those saves. It's funny to say that, but there's some mistakes that he does where you're like, oh wow, De Gea would have saved that. Oh well, Farman would have saved that. But there's some saves that you're like, wow, De Gea would not have got a hand to that, or wow, Farman would not have got a fingertip to that. And that's something I have to say about Van der Sar, is he makes some fantastic saves, but then again, he lets some stupid goals in. So I can't disagree, nor can I agree with you, Stefan. I mean, you have a valid point. I do think, you know, another goalkeeper would do maybe even a little bit better, and he might be a bit cheaper. But lads, I'm not keeping him for long. If this week Hullet comes out, we are getting 93 rated Hullet, and Van der Sar will be submitted into that. So I cannot wait for that. Hopefully he comes out this Thursday or Friday, whenever it may be, and that would be fantastic for the series. Obviously, Hullet is our GOAT. We've waited for this Prime Icon Hullet to come out for a very long time now, and when it does, we're going to get hyped for it. But lads, Faizan Iqbal. No, Faizan Iqbal. Sorry if I roasted that, but you say, what do you think are better to get, first icon defenders or attackers? Now, that's kind of an answer I can't really give, because everyone has their different opinions. You know, in my opinion, I think attackers for myself is more beneficial to get, because simply I'm not the best at attacking. You know, I'm decent at defending. I might concede 1 or 2 goals every now and then, but I might only score like 3 goals, and I'll only win those games narrowly. Like, I might only win 1-0 or 2-0 against you if you're an average player. I might win 5-0, I'll get lucky and score a few extra goals, but my finishing in general is not that good, and you guys know, we struggled to get 34 wins at the start of FIFA. Our first weekend league, we got 35 wins, and that was because we had maybe a 100k team, and everyone else had a 10k team, and we were able to beast and feast that way. However, after that, we could not get to Elite 1. We were stuck at Elite 3 and Elite 2, which was very, very bad for the series. Then as soon as we bought that 90 rated Dennis Bergkamp, we were able to score goals, lads, and that's because of his finishing. His finishing is out of this world. Both his 92 and his 90, they're both fantastic at finishing, and that's what I mean is, you know, in my opinion, attackers are the best thing to get, but you guys might have struggle, you guys might have an issue to defend, you know, like, you know, you might be good at attacking with Martial and Jesus and Mbappe, but you might be better at defending with your likes of Smalling and Bailly, etc. So what you might want to get is, you might want to get yourself a Prime Icon Ferdinand and a Prime Icon Desailly or a Prime Icon Maldini, because that will actually benefit you in the way you play, and will sort of patch your flaws in your gameplay, if you know what I mean. So it really is up to you and how you play, but in my opinion, for my gameplay, for my flaws, I think attackers is the best thing to get as a Prime Icon. Tom Riddle says, I say Hullet because he is good at everything and he can take up many positions on the field. And you are 100% right, Tom. I have to agree, you know. Well, he can play striker. In fact, his starting position, I believe, is in centre forward, if I am not mistaken. Yes, so centre forward is what the 93 rated World Hullet is. It comes out in. So obviously, he can play that centre forward role. He can play that striker role. He can play that centre attacking midfielder role. But most importantly, he's tall. He's got physical. He's got that defending stat, so he can play deep in that CDM role, which is what you want, lads, from World Hullet. He is a fantastic card to dominate that midfield. But I think personally, because he's our GOAT and because he's the main man of the series, he will be up top for us. He'll be in that centre attacking midfielder position, or indeed at striker. So I cannot wait for that. Cannot wait for him to come out. And I tell you what, he's going to tear shit up in the weekend league. Ben HD Gaming says, "How did you get this subs?" I don't know, my friend. And there's it's been a while since you have been on the channel. I believe you were a previous subscriber, and you're wondering why we got subs. Well, I think we've gained around 600 subs in the last few months, which I cannot thank you guys ever so much. That is just fantastic. You know, it was only around 3 to 4 months ago that we uploaded that 1,000 sub special, and we've already got 600 subscribers plus after that. So that's fantastic. I cannot thank you ever so much for the support, and generally all of you new people that come to the channel. Thank you so much. And if you're new on this video, hit the subscribe button. It is much appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Samuel Patterson says, "I did the Kasper Schmeichel SBC. I don't know about that, my friend. I did him. I tried him. He was terrible for me. Absolutely terrible." And I'm actually, if you guys see some of the clips when I come up against Kasper Schmeichel Prime Icon, he made so many mistakes. That many mistakes that he's probably one of the worst keepers at that higher rated level, or at that sort of rating as a keeper that I've ever used. You know, Neuer's better than him. I know De Gea's better than him. Farman, 84 rated Farman is better than him. I couldn't believe how bad this 92 rated Kasper Schmeichel was. But lads, he's gone. I submitted him into, I believe, the Henry SBC when we did him back a while ago. And yeah, he is yet not to be seen, Kasper Schmeichel, in our squad because of how bad he is. And I think you've made a mad mistake from that Samuel Patterson. I do believe that Van der Sar is better than Kasper Schmeichel by a long run. And I mean a long run, because Van der Sar actually makes some good saves. Schmeichel lets everything in, and that's an issue. You know, that's a big issue. Waffle Man says, "Hullet with an exclamation mark." Yeah, I think I have to agree with you, my friend. And that's when I asked, you know, should I do the Maradona SBC or should I do the Hullet SBC? I think the smart decision here is to do the Hullet SBC, generally because he can play, and I believe there's a comment saying that as well, generally because he can play in all positions like that. Like, who said that before? Tom Riddle. He said, said that he can play in all positions, and you're 100% right. He can. But this comment here from Crazer HD says, "Think you should wait for Hullet as he will be better card in the game, and he can play in a variety of positions, meaning you can change the team up when you want and still use him in the team, compared to Maradona, where he will only play mainly in an attacking role and will take an attacking space up, which means you may not be able to use other attacking cards." Sorry for the long comment, keep it a little well. Thank you very much for the kind words, Crazer HD. And yes, you're 100% right. And this comment here really did it was the deciding factor. And I replied to him and I said, you know, this comment, your comment has just made my decision up. You are 100% right. You know, he does play in all positions. He can dominate that midfield. He can dominate up top in the cam position or in the striker position, compared to Maradona, which takes up an attacking space, which, like you said, you know, I have already enough attacking players. I've got myself Henry. I've got myself Inform Alessandrini. I've got myself Bergkamp. Where else am I going to put Maradona? Nowhere else but out in the right wing. And I tell you what, I'm not going to waste 2.8 million coins on a card that's going to sit out in the right wing. Well, I say that when I paid around 3 million coins for Henry, and he's playing my left attacking mid right now. So that's that was a bit of a stupid thing for me to pay for a card that stays out in the wing. However, as we get on in this game, I do regret it, but I don't at the same time, because Henry does score those vital goals from out wide there, and he just makes those runs inside that no other player would be able to do. And I think that's what benefits me when I did do the Henry card. But I must say, I could have done without him. I think I would rather that Maradona card over the Henry card. However, it is what it is. I've already completed it, lads, and there is no going back. Royal Gamers XX says, "Do the player that you think you'll have the most fun with," and I think you're right. And I think the player that I might, it's so tough, man. I mean, I used that Maradona card and I had so much fun on the weekend league just from the 3 games that I played with him. Now, comparing him to Hullet, I think Hullet is probably going to be a good card too, you know. Judging from his 86 card, which I loved, it was a fantastic card. He scored us so many goals. I think it was 500 or 600 goals in around 400 games, which is just fantastic from that midfield position. Hullet was a beast for me as an 86 rated card, so I do think this 93 card will be just an outstanding card, and I think he will work wonders for us, and I cannot wait to get him into our squad, which will hopefully be this Friday afternoon. I cannot wait to show you guys that. You also said, will George Best come out if he does? Do him, he's the best footballer ever. Now, I have to disagree. I never really watched George Best back then. I used to watch the players of the likes of Hullet. I used to watch Maradona. I used to watch, well, I wasn't live when Maradona was playing, but I do remember looking back at where he played and what some of the documentaries that he's played in and the achievements he had, and I do really see myself as a massive fan as Maradona. You know, I do like Maradona more than I like Hullet, but as I believe it was I need to copy these comments into a Word doc or something. But you said yeah, it was the same guy. You said, Royal, you said, do the player that you'll have the most fun with. And I do believe Hullet will be the player that I have most fun with over Maradona, just because of, the things he'll be able to do and the long shots he can take and the defending and the shooting he can do and the pace he's got and that physicality, which is the most important thing in this game, in my opinion. I think that's what will be important about this card that will make him more fun than Maradona, but it's very tough, as I was saying, because Maradona was a fantastic card when I'm using this weekend league. Man, he was a good card. Dominating Spud says, another amazing icon, man. I really wanted Owen and Shearer together. And yeah, I mean, Shearer and Owen, I did used to watch them when I was growing up. They were decent players as well, playing in the English Premier League. I did appreciate what they did, especially Shearer, what he did for Newcastle United. Newcastle used to be a dominating team back in the day, and obviously now they've got Mitrovic. And I don't think they have Mitrovic now. They've got like Zizoko or someone, but honestly, Newcastle have gone to shit in the last few weeks. Not last few weeks, a few years. But Shearer, what he did for Newcastle was fantastic, and I believe those two up top as both icons, they would work wonders in my opinion. They're both fast, they both got good passing, shooting and dribbling and good composure. I think they would be very good strikers if they were up top together, and definitely I would recommend that. But lads, as I was saying, before, and as you could probably tell from the title and the thumbnail, we got so many rage quits. I mean, I don't think I've had this many rage quits in the beginning 10 of the weekend league games in a very long time, that's for sure. I remember there was probably one last year where I got like 7 or 8 as well in the first beginning 10, but lads, they were just dropping off like flies, and I was playing out of my skin. I was playing like ham, and I don't know why, but I just was. And it didn't take long either, I went up 2-0, 3-0, and they just leave. And in my opinion, you shouldn't leave that early, because 3-0 is it's a big lead, but you can get back into it. I've had games where I come back from 5-0 down, and it's possible, lads. So if you can come back from 3-0, it's definitely possible, and that's why I get angry when people rage quit. Well, I don't really get angry, but I sort of think to myself, if that was me, I would still be trying to fight hard to try and get into the game, even if I wasn't playing the best, because there's always a chance. FIFA changes all the time. You've got that many, I've scored with 3 goals before in the matter of about 3 in-game minutes. I've scored, taken the ball off the opponent, scored, and then taken the ball off the opponent and scored within a matter of around 3 to 5 in-game minutes. And that's not real minutes, that's in-game minutes. So it's possible, it's really possible. It just depends how your mentality sits, when you go 3-0 down. If you drop your head and you think, oh, there's no way of me winning this, you're not going to win it. You're not going to win it, but if you stay positive and you keep your mindset positive and you play well, there's always a chance for you to come back in the game. So I was a bit shocked to that many people that actually rage quitted, but I can't really complain considering it was FUT Champions. But as I was saying, I do get annoyed, especially in Division 1 games. Division 1 games are just meant to be for fun. They're not meant to be, you shouldn't quit. You should just have a game. Don't worry about quitting. Division 1 is just Division 1 game. It's not like it's for everything. FUT Champions is for everything. That's what I'm trying to say. Division 1 isn't. So I don't know why people do it, but they do. Maybe their mum called them and said dinner's ready or something. I don't know, but it does disappoint me sometimes when people quit. However, you know, it is what it is, and people have their own right to do whatever they want on the game. But as you see, lads, another game where we scored an outstanding amount of goals. Alessandrini pushing forward in the 3rd minute, and on his weak foot, the right foot, smashes it into the top left corner, and that was a breakaway goal, because I actually forgot to change formation before I even paused it. So I was playing in the 4-2-3-1, I believe, when I scored that goal, and it was a nice counter-attacking goal. So I had to change up my playing style for a little bit there until I could actually pause the game to score that goal. But as you see, in the 37th minute, we pushed forward with Larsen into Bergkamp's feet, who's got a great touch this year, into Larsen again, and that's a lovely finish. I mean, I love, because you know Honey Badger, Epsilon Honey Badger, who is a pro in this region. If you guys know who he is and you follow him on Twitter, you will know who this guy is. He's a fantastic row Fifa player. He posted on Twitter saying, I've got Larsen here now, preparation for R9 when he comes out, and I tweeted him with the stats of Larsen that I've got here, and I said, you don't need R9, my friend. R9 is irrelevant when you've got Larsen. And Larsen, for me, has scored that many goals. It is ridiculous. I think he scored like 100 goals in around 90 games, and he's got something like 80 assists. It's just ridiculous, and the things that he can do for me are just fantastic. And he's those near post corners, I tell you what, he's one of the best at the game. Near post corners, cross it in, near post very quickly. He just gets his head to it, over Boateng, over Ramos, whoever it may be at the front post. He gets his head to it, and he scores those important goals. And that's what I really do like about Larsen, is he tries to score goals. He tries to get into the position to score. His positioning, his heading, his heading accuracy is out of this world, and I really do like the card for that. But in the final game of the 10th, this was to make it 10-0 in our first 10 games. He had Team of the Year, Harry Kane, linked to that prime icon, Rio Ferdinand. But this is a lovely goal indeed. As you see, I do tackle it with Vieira, a lovely tackle with him. And I'll tell you what, when you miss Vieira in this game, it's a massive difference. You know, I got a red card this weekend league when I missed out on Vieira, and obviously I had to give up Vieira for one game. I missed him, lads. I missed him so much. He's that much of a presence in the midfield that he just makes all the difference in a FUT Champions match. But you see, we make it 2-0 with Alessandro using his weak foot to score into the bottom corner. We give it 2-0 and give him dab number 2, and that was the final score of the 10th game to make it 10-0, and we did indeed comfortably win that game 2-0. I'm very happy with that, lads. You see, Dias 98, unlucky to you, my friend. It was a fairly close game, in fact, but I did dominate in possession and shots, and that was our 10-0 signal. But lads, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Can we smash 20 likes? That would be absolutely amazing. Be sure to chuck your comments down below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer them in the next episode. But I'm out. Have a good day, guys.